On the outside, the Swift sports a sleek and modern design. Suzuki have introduced a new Horizon design line that wraps around the vehicle, creating a sense of motion. Rounded shoulder lines give it a sporty edge, while the iconic Suzuki badge proudly sits at the front of the bonnet. Lower headlight positions and L-shaped daytime running lights not only enhance visibility, but also add a touch of sophistication. And check out those clear rear tailgate lights.
Hello, Pat Gordon with your Gippsland Daily for July 7. Latrobe Crime Investigation Unit detectives have spoken as part of their ongoing investigation into an arson attack at a Churchill pub 2 months ago. On Friday, CCTV footage of two men police believe can assist their inquiries was released. First Constable Marlon Staunton of the Latrobe CIU unit called for the men to come forward.
The victim, it's ruined his livelihood and it's upset the town of Churchill as a whole. And at this point, if I had anything to say to them, it's just do the right thing. We've got footage. Hopefully somebody knows something. Do the right thing, hand yourself in, and we can go from there.
With school holidays upon us, many families will be taking the chance to head to the ski fields. Head of Visitor Experience at Mount Borbor Alpine Resort, Sally Brooke, says there's plenty to look forward to.
We have a lot around still, and we've got our man-made snow, which makes sure we've got a guaranteed ski area and toboggan park. So we're expecting snow Tuesday, Wednesday. So things are looking pretty good for the school holidays.
Lifeblood are urging locals and visitors alike to make an appointment and donate blood or plasma amid their busy school holiday plans. Spokesperson Emily Grandland says appointments are available at the Traralgon site.
Well, the need for blood and plasma doesn't stop even during the school holidays. So if you can, please book an appointment to donate. Your donation can help save a life, and it can also improve the quality of life for someone who relies on blood transfusion.
With NAIDOC Week underway, a week-long art exhibition featuring the art of local Indigenous artists will open its doors from today. Warragunya Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander Corporation Program Manager Trevor Barker says the exhibition carries an important message.
Featuring the art of Ray Thorpe and his brother Josh Kerr, and there'll be other local artists that will be having art for display and also sale. And we're speaking about the healing road that men in particular take when they come out of prison.
Residents and visitors to the Wellington Shire will now have access to 16 emergency markers in public areas to help identify their location to first responders. Sam College reports.
Over the last 3 years, CFA has worked closely with the Wellington Shire and emergency services to see the establishment of the new markers in the local footprint. The emergency markers are designed to pinpoint your exact location to 000 Victoria call takers during an emergency in areas that may otherwise be hard to describe. Sam College, Ace Radio.
East Gippsland detectives have charged a male in respect to an alleged aggravated burglary that occurred in the Bensdale area on June 27. 5 guitars valued at $3,500 were stolen. On Friday morning, all 5 guitars were recovered and returned to their owner. A 16-year-old Bensdale boy has been charged with a number of offences. He's been bailed to appear before a children's court at a later date. Erin Patterson has been found guilty of 3 counts of murder and 1 of attempted murder after serving a lunch laced with death cab mushrooms at her Leongatha home in 2023. A Supreme Court jury yesterday returning the unanimous verdict after a week of deliberations, the 12 jurors hearing from over 50 witnesses during the 9-week trial. 9 News reporter Penelope Lish was in court when the verdict was handed down. She spoke to 3AW in the aftermath.
As the verdicts were handed down, Erin Patterson initially, she just stared straight ahead. She was blinking a lot. That continued to sort of build as we heard the first verdict, the second, the third, the fourth.
Latrobe Highway Patrol officers impounded a vehicle and arrested 2 men on Sunday after responding to a vehicle doing burnouts on Peter Street in Morwell. After failing to stop when police attempted to intercept the vehicle, stop sticks were deployed on Latrobe Road, eventually bringing the vehicle to a stop in Durham's Lane. The 2 males decided to flee into nearby Pine Plantation, with a combined effort from uniformed police, highway patrol and detectives leading to their arrest. The State Minister for Public and Active Transport has been asked to provide a bus shelter at the relocated stop outside Coles in Bensdale. Gippsland East MP Tim Bull says while it's not the biggest issue in the electorate, we shouldn't have to accept lesser outcomes.
They've moved this bus shelter 100 metres and not provided any overhead protection from rain. They have not provided the seating that existed at the previous shelter. I've called on the Minister to please address this.
A new board director for Ambulance Victoria has been appointed with connection to Gippsland. Natalie Anderson has the story.
Paula Morgan brings a wealth of skills and knowledge to the role. For more than 15 years, working at Lakes Entrance Aboriginal Health Association, where she started as a community nurse before moving into the role of Chief Executive Officer. AV Interim Chief Executive and incoming board chair, Andrew Crisp, says he's looking forward to working with Ms. Morgan.
Federal member for Gippsland, Darren Chester, says the pipeline of local community infrastructure projects is drying up due to funding cuts for regional development. Mr. Chester spoke to the issue at the Australian Local Government Association's annual conference in Canberra.
The financial sustainability of local councils right across Australia is becoming a major issue, particularly in regional areas like Gippsland, and the biggest problem is that funding for regional development has been decimated by the Albanese government, and we're just seeing a pipeline of local projects drying up completely. So we do need to see a reliable source of funding to keep delivering the sporting centres, the walking trails, childcare, other community facilities and better roads.
Gippsland Water has completed some critical upgrade works on one of its most complex industrial assets at the Gippsland Water Factory. Acting Managing Director Nick Moss says thorough planning and stringent safety measures were required for the project.
Aging covers on 2 industrial wastewater lagoons were recently replaced, completing a critical upgrade at the Gippsland Water Factory. Replacing the covers required a lot of planning, technical analysis and safety mitigation measures, and we worked closely with industry experts to ensure safety throughout the process.
A new CEO has been appointed for Food and Fibre Gippsland. Simon Johnson brings over 2 decades of leadership experience to the region's food and fibre industries. He says he's looking forward to the opportunity.
It's an exciting time to be coming into the organisation. There's lots of opportunities that exist across the food and fibre network across Gippsland. It's the backbone of the economy in Gippsland, and as much as there are challenges, we see the upside, and there's great opportunity to work with everybody to grow for the greater good of the region.
Community information sessions will be held later this month, providing locals a chance to learn more about offshore wind projects. Chief Development Officer for Southerly 10, Erin Coldham, says a number of sessions will be held.
So if you're keen to come along and hear about offshore wind, we'd love to see you. We'll be at the Tura Hall on Wednesday the 23rd of July from 4 till 6 p.m. Lock Sport Community House, Wednesday 30th of July from 4:30 till 6:30. And Woodside Hall, Thursday 31st of July from 4 till 6 p.m. We encourage anyone living in these communities to come along, enjoy a barbecue and help us shape the region's energy future.
State Highway Patrol solo unit officers impounded 3 all-terrain motorcycles and issued several infringements in the Neerim area over the weekend. Emma Clark reports.
Officers were on patrol when they intercepted 3 motorcycles on Beards Track in Neerim East on Sunday afternoon. After inspecting the bikes, it became apparent all 3 were unregistered. Each were impounded with the riders aged in their 20s to be charged on summons with traffic offences. Officers also intercepted and issued infringements to a 16-year-old unlicensed solo rider on Latrobe River Road and a 17-year-old allegedly riding unlicensed on Memory Lane in Neerim South. Emma Clark, Ace Radio.
The Bensdale Visitor Information Centre is set to move to a new location. Liam McCullough reports.
Later this year, the centre will relocate from 240 Main Street to Council's Corporate Centre, where it will adopt new operating hours to align with standard business times. A mobile visitor centre will ensure continued support during the transition and then be used to boost coverage at key events and popular locations during busy periods. East Gippsland Shire Council says the change aims to deliver more cost-effective and targeted support for visitors. Liam McCullough, Ace Radio.
Nationals member for Gippsland South, Danny O'Brien, is encouraging locals to assist with donations of unused disposable nappies. Mr. O'Brien says he's proud to be a collection point for donations, which are distributed to families in need through the Nappy Collective.
If you'd like to make a donation, if you've got half a box of unused nappies, or indeed many people actually go and buy nappies themselves, just great generosity. It does make a difference, and we ensure that through the Nappy Collective that all those nappies go to local people in need.
Emergency services were called to a three-car collision on the outskirts of Sale yesterday afternoon at the intersection of Cabanes and Gibsons roads. The drivers of all three vehicles were taken by road to hospital. Two rear seat passengers from a Kia Carnival were airlifted after it flipped onto its roof. Police are investigating the collision. A P-plater will be required to explain his actions to a magistrate after some disappointing behaviour in the high country. It's believed the 19-year-old from Tynong tore up a campground in his four-wheel drive recently and then posted the actions to TikTok. That helped Braggalong police identify the driver. He will face court at a later date. Wellington Shire Council has commenced developing a new master plan for West Sale Airport. Emma Clark reports.
One of two council-operated airports in the Shire, West Sale Airport, is a key economic and community asset, providing employment, emergency services functions, a base for businesses and support of RAAF pilot training. The new airport master plan will provide a high-level strategic framework that outlines a 20-year vision. Council is inviting those interested in West Sale Airport to share their thoughts on the vision statement to ensure it remains a diverse aviation hub supporting jobs and investment in the Gippsland region. Emma Clark, Ace Radio.
48 finalists have been announced ahead of the 2025 Latrobe Health Services Gippsland Business Awards. Natalie Anderson has the story.
Now in their 27th year, the awards celebrate the innovation and impact of local Gippsland businesses across 12 categories. A special breakfast in Traralgon on August 1st will honour this year's finalists ahead of the main awards gala in Churchill on August 29. Committee Chair Graham Sennett says the high quality of entries has made judging especially difficult this year. Natalie Anderson, Ace Radio.
An independent panel appointed by the Victorian Minister for Planning has concluded its review of future planning for the growth of Paynesville and Eagle Point. Emma Clark reports.
Planning scheme amendments prepared by East Gippsland Shire Council to accommodate future development were referred to the planning panel following public consultation. An 8-day planning panel's Victoria hearing considered submissions from council, major landowners and community representatives. East Gippsland Shire Mayor John White said it's an important step and enables community and expert views to be fully considered. The planning panel now has 30 business days to prepare a report and make recommendations to be considered by council, with the planning minister to have the final decision.
Latrobe City Council has received its Community Satisfaction Survey results. Council were well above state average in areas such as arts centres and libraries, waste management and recreational facilities, while areas for improvement include unsealed roads, community decisions and parking facilities. Mayor Dale Harriman said the results are valuable and give a clear measure of how they're performing, both within community and in comparison to other regional centres. Round 2 of the Victorian Government's Community Development Fund has been announced, with several local projects receiving grants. Liam McCullough has the story.
The Now and Hour Community Development Group will receive $573,000 to implement their local development strategy, undertake a primary industry value chain assessment and concept plans for local tracks and trails that could be used for adventure tourism. The Future of Hayfield project has received $251,000 to establish a Hayfield Adventure Hub pilot, while the Yarraman District Progress Association and the Swift Creek Future Project will also receive funding. Liam McCullough, Ace Radio.
South Gippsland Water's taken a major leap, with all operations across their corporation now powered by 100% renewable electricity. The milestone eliminating approximately 4,000 tonnes of carbon dioxide each year and slashing the organisation's greenhouse gas emissions by 55%. Acting Managing Director Mark Lynch said the transition is crucial to the organisation's pathway to a net zero greenhouse gas emissions target in 2035. Recreational deer hunting in East Gippsland is being expanded by the Victorian Government. As Sam College reports, it's received a mixed response.
Minister for Outdoor Recreation, Steve Demopoulos, announced last week the National Parks Act will be amended to allow seasonal deer hunting in the Erranundra and Snowy River National Parks. It will allow accredited hunters seasonal deer stalking in some 130,000 hectares of the two parks. Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party MP Jeff Borman welcomed the news. However, concerns have been raised by the Victorian National Parks Association, Invasive Species Council, Environment East Gippsland and the Victorian Protected Areas Council. They've slammed the government's decision and have instead called for properly funded and managed feral deer control programs. Sam College, Ace Radio.
Gippsland and visiting drivers heading to the snow this weekend are being encouraged by police to plan ahead. Karen Nyholm from Victoria Police says it's important those making the trip prepare for the conditions and ensure they have the right equipment before getting in the car.
And what we're asking people, particularly families that might be going on a day trip or planning these school holidays, to actually understand what's required of them. So it's not something that you can do at the last minute. You do need to hire or borrow a snow chain.
One side for you and one for your partner. My side, exclusively at 40 Winks.
TRFM Local Sport. With the weekend's wrap of football across Gippsland's East, here's Rod Twining.
Round 11 of East Gippsland football saw Boysdale Barraglong host Wyong. Final score saw the Tigers kick 12-17-89 to defeat the Bombers 7-4-46. Jack Betts kicked 4 for the winners, with Harry Callow and Jet Murphy named best. In the other games, Lucknow defeated Lindenau by 72 points, Lakes Entrance defeated Paisley by 69 points, and Albor Rose defeated Stratford by 30 points. Round 11 in the Omeo League, Swanridge defeated Buckham by 38 points, Bruthen defeated Lindenau South by 51 points, and Swiss Creek defeated Omeo Banana by 32 points.
Warragul has moved into 4th spot on the Gippsland League football ladder following a 33-point win at home against Sale. Jordan Stewart continued his stellar form, booting 6 goals for the Victors. He spoke post-match to Gippsland League Live.
We just didn't want to take the foot off the pedal and just take it easy and think, we're just going to do this easy because Sale are a good side and they always have been. So, no, we just kept the foot on the pedal and got the win.
Elsewhere, Morwell were 27-point winners over rivals Traralgon. Druin claimed their first win of the 2025 season, and Moe and Leongatha were the round's other winners. Gippsland Power's girls side enjoyed a solid win on the road over the Eastern Rangers in round 13 of the Coates Talent League. Abby Hobson booted 2 goals for the Power, while Ella Stoddart gathered a game-high 31 disposals as they ran out winners by 20 points. The Power currently sit 4th on the ladder, having dropped just 2 games this season. In women's Latrobe Valley Soccer League action, Sale United has continued their strong form with a victory over Moe United. A double from Sally Hoffman leading Sale to a 4-0 victory in what was the competition's second catch-up round. The VNL Netball and the Gippsland Stars will be in action this evening at the State Netball Centre. With the competition nearing its pointy end, the Stars will face the Geelong Cougars in round 17 action. It's been a busy week in Traralgon with over 400 table tennis players descending on the region for the National Championships. The week-long event got underway on Sunday with competitors battling it out in gender age groups from under 11 through to open. The competition's para events have also drawn a number of Paralympic medalists. 2018 West Coast Eagles Premiership player Will Schofield will pull on the boots for Hill End, joining the club as part of the Carlton Draft Initiative this weekend. Schofield says he is looking forward to the day.
I love the feeling of, that country footy. Watch the Rezzies kick the dew off the ground in the morning and run out with the seniors in the Arvo, and then everyone hangs around and has a beer afterwards. I tried to do that at AFL level, to be honest. Probably why my career didn't go as long, because I love being around good teams and good teammates. So that's what I'm excited about.
A blockbuster clash awaits in Gippsland League football tomorrow, with top spot on the line at Ted Summerton Reserve. Second placed Moe hosts the ladder leaders Leongatha, both sides having dropped just the 2 games each through 12 rounds. Elsewhere, Bensdale face Warragul, Sale host Druin, Wonthaggi will welcome Morwell, and Traralgon will clash with Maffra. And that's the latest in local news and sport.
Unleash your vehicle's power beyond limits. Discover our exclusive range of Yuasa automotive batteries, engineered for unparalleled reliability and performance to power your journey like never before. Battery World. Power your passion.